Imagine for a moment being that woman who remains calm in any situation. That woman who isn't shaken by external chaos, who keeps moving forward despite challenges, and who doesn't need to prove her strength with words. She simply is. Today, I want to talk to you about how you can become that woman, the Iron Woman. But what if I told you that achieving it isn't as complicated as you think? It's not about being tough or unbreakable all the time, but about having the inner strength to face each challenge with clarity, wisdom, and calm. Before we begin, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to the channel if you're ready to become the best version of yourself. So, if you're ready to discover how you can become that Iron Woman, strong yet serene, determined yet calm, stay with me. The Iron Woman we're building here isn't immune to problems, nor does she live in a bubble where everything is perfect. On the contrary, she is strong because she understands that problems are part of life. She knows that she cannot control what happens around her, but she can control how she responds to it. And it is in that response that her power lies. Before we dive into the 10 techniques that will help you forge that strength, it's important to understand the philosophical foundation behind it all. Stoicism doesn't promise to eliminate the problems from your life, but it does offer the tools necessary to face them with wisdom and serenity. When you start applying these principles, you'll see yourself building a stronger, more centered, and more unshakable version of yourself. Technique 1. Stay calm in chaos. One of the qualities that defines an Iron Woman is her ability to stay calm in the midst of chaos. How do you react when everything around you seems to be falling apart? It's in those moments, when life becomes uncertain and chaotic, that your true inner strength is revealed. Stoicism teaches us that while we can't control what happens around us, we can control how we respond to it. The key to staying calm is understanding that chaos is inevitable. Traffic, problems at work, conflicts in relationships, these are all events that are part of life. Instead of resisting them, true strength lies in accepting them and remaining serene. The Iron Woman doesn't let external events disturb her inner peace. She cultivates a mindset of strength and emotional balance. A powerful practice is mindful breathing. In the middle of the storm, take a deep breath. This not only oxygenates your brain but helps you regain control of your emotions. Think of it as an anchor. When everything is shaking, your breath keeps you connected to the present, preventing you from sinking into mental chaos. Chaos doesn't magically disappear, but your attitude toward it changes. You can visualize yourself as an oak tree. Even though the wind blows hard, you stand firm. Staying calm doesn't mean you won't feel pressure or stress. It means you choose not to be swept away by it. Another useful technique is emotional detachment. It doesn't mean being cold or distant, but observing your emotions without letting them dominate you. When you're in a chaotic situation, ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? Is this really under my control? This helps you put things into perspective and release the tension. Remember, calmness is a skill that is practiced and strengthened over time. Stay calm in chaos, and you'll get closer to becoming that unbreakable woman you aspire to be. Technique 2. Practice radical self-acceptance. Radical self-acceptance is one of the most powerful tools for becoming an Iron Woman. It's not about settling for who you are, but about fully recognizing and accepting every part of yourself, including your imperfections, fears, and insecurities. How many times have you judged yourself harshly for not being perfect? We live in a society that constantly pushes us to compare ourselves and feel like we're not good enough. But this is where Stoicism comes into play. Self-acceptance is not resignation, it's liberation. Radically accepting who you are in this moment means understanding that you don't need anyone's approval to validate your worth. You're not perfect, and that's okay. No one is. True strength lies in embracing your imperfections and using them as fuel for growth, rather than seeing them as obstacles. The Iron Woman doesn't waste time trying to fit into molds society imposes on her. Instead, she fully accepts herself, with all her virtues and flaws. One way to practice radical self-acceptance is by acknowledging your emotions without judging them. If one day you feel frustrated or insecure, allow yourself to feel those emotions without punishing yourself. Observe those feelings with compassion, as if you were viewing them from the outside. This will help disarm the power those emotions have over you and understand that they don't define your worth as a person. Another key is to change your internal dialogue. If you catch yourself being your harshest critic, reprogram that inner voice. Instead of saying, "I'm not enough" or "I always fail," try more compassionate affirmations like, "I'm doing the best I can" or "I am valuable just as I am." This mindset shift may seem simple, but it's incredibly powerful for boosting your self-esteem. Radical self-acceptance also means making decisions that reflect who you truly are, without fear of disappointing others. It's about taking control of your life, knowing that you don't need to meet others' expectations to feel fulfilled. Each day is an opportunity to reaffirm your worth from within, not based on what others think of you. By practicing radical self-acceptance, you start building a solid foundation of inner strength. You learn to trust yourself, your decisions, and your ability to face any challenge life throws at you, without losing sight of who you truly are. Technique 3. Strengthen your emotional discipline. Emotional discipline is key to becoming an Iron Woman. It's not about suppressing or ignoring your emotions, but about learning to manage them consciously, controlling how you react to them. It's easy to get carried away by anger, frustration, or sadness, but a truly strong woman doesn't allow her emotions to dominate her actions. Stoicism teaches us that we can't control what happens around us, but we can control our emotional response. Strengthening your emotional discipline means training your mind to be more aware of your reactions and, instead of responding impulsively, taking a moment to reflect and act in a balanced way. Imagine you're in a highly stressful situation, like an argument with a coworker or a disagreement with your partner. Instead of reacting in the heat of the moment with words you might regret later, a woman with emotional discipline breathes, analyzes the situation, and responds calmly. This doesn't mean suppressing your feelings, but managing them intelligently, avoiding letting them control your decisions. To strengthen your emotional discipline, it's important to get into the habit of pausing when you feel overwhelmed. This simple act of stopping for a few seconds before reacting can make a huge difference. Ask yourself, will this reaction help or harm me in the long run? This self-assessment exercise is a pillar of emotional discipline. Another essential component is recognizing that not everything deserves an emotional reaction. Often, the situations we face in life aren't as big as we perceive them in the moment. Practicing emotional detachment allows you to distinguish between what is truly important and what isn't. You choose your battles wisely, saving your energy for what really matters. Strengthening your emotional discipline also means staying in touch with your values. When you act in alignment with them, it's easier to stay centered and not get carried away by fleeting emotions. If, for example, you value inner peace and mutual respect, you'll act according to those principles, even in conflict situations. Emotional discipline gives you power over yourself, your decisions, and how you face life. A woman with this ability is not only mentally stronger but also inspires respect and trust in others. By mastering your emotions, you're in control of your life, acting from a place of clarity and purpose, not impulsiveness. Technique 4. Learn to say no without guilt. Learning to say no without feeling guilty is one of the most liberating and powerful skills you can develop to become an iron woman. Throughout our lives, we're taught that we need to please others, be helpful, and be available to everyone. However, saying yes to everything can lead to burnout, resentment, and even losing sight of your own goals and needs. Stoicism reminds us that we are responsible for ourselves, our boundaries, and how we use our time. Saying no is a way to set clear and healthy boundaries. It doesn't mean you're selfish or insensitive. On the contrary, it's an act of self-love and respect for your time and energy. Imagine you're constantly being asked for favors at work or in your social circle, and even though you're overwhelmed, you feel pressured to accept for fear of disappointing others. Instead of automatically saying yes, a woman with inner strength takes the time to assess whether she truly can or wants to take on that responsibility. If the answer is no, she says it firmly and without guilt. Saying no doesn't require long explanations or justifications. A simple, direct response like, "I'm sorry, I can't right now," is enough. The trick is to communicate it assertively, with confidence, and without the need to feel bad about it. Your boundaries are valid, and setting them doesn't make you less kind or empathetic. It makes you more authentic and aligned with yourself. One of the keys to saying no without guilt is to change your mindset. Stop viewing no as a rejection or denial, and see it as an affirmation of what truly matters in your life. Every time you say no to something that doesn't benefit or interest you, you're saying yes to what really matters: your well-being, your priorities, and your goals. Learning to say no also helps you avoid resentment. When we take on responsibilities or commitments we don't want, we often end up feeling frustrated, exhausted, or even angry at the people who asked for help. Saying no from the start avoids these negative emotions and allows you to act from a place of authenticity and calm. Finally, remember that you can't please everyone, and that's okay. The people who truly value your presence and respect will appreciate your boundaries and understand. For those who don't, learning to say no helps you identify who truly deserves your time and energy. Prioritizing your own well-being is an act of strength, and learning to say no is an essential tool for maintaining your mental and emotional peace. Technique 5. Embrace change with resilience. Change is a constant in life, and how we respond to it defines our ability to grow and evolve. To be a woman of steel, it's crucial to learn to embrace change with resilience, without allowing fear or uncertainty to paralyze you. Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control what happens around us, but we can control how we react to those situations. Accepting change doesn't mean surrendering to it, but adapting, learning, and using those experiences to strengthen yourself. Think about the times life has shaken you: a job change, a breakup, or an unexpected challenge. All those situations, though difficult, have been opportunities to discover what you're truly made of. Resilience is that ability to get back up, time and again, with more wisdom and strength than before. The first step to embracing change is understanding that there is no growth without discomfort. Every time you step out of your comfort zone, whether voluntarily or out of necessity, you're faced with an opportunity to become stronger. Change, though uncomfortable, is the means through which you evolve. Accepting this mentally prepares you for the inevitable transitions life will bring. A key technique for cultivating this resilience is focusing on what you can control. When faced with change, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by what's out of your reach. However, if you concentrate on what you can do, whether adjusting your attitude, making strategic decisions, or learning new skills, you begin to regain power over the situation. Change no longer happens to you, you act within it. Patience also plays a vital role in resilience. Not all changes bring immediate results. Sometimes, the benefits of adapting to a new situation take time to manifest. Being patient with yourself during this process is essential. Give yourself the time and space to adjust to the new reality, and don't punish yourself for not adapting immediately. Lastly, don't be afraid to ask for help or support when needed. Embracing change doesn't mean you have to face it alone. Surround yourself with people who inspire, support, and offer you perspective when you need it. Often, having a solid support network helps you view change as an opportunity, not a threat. Remember, being a resilient woman doesn't mean being free of emotions or doubts. It's about feeling them, facing them, and moving forward, knowing that each challenge is an opportunity to grow and become stronger. Change is inevitable, but how you face it defines the quality of your life. Technique 6. Control only what you can. One of the deepest lessons of Stoicism is the importance of focusing only on what's within your control. Trying to handle everything, worrying about every detail, or wanting to have control over situations beyond your reach is a sure recipe for emotional and mental exhaustion. To be a woman of steel, you must learn to distinguish between what you can change and what you can't. Only then can you channel your energy into areas that genuinely allow you to move forward. The world is chaotic, and in many cases, things don't happen as we expect. The decisions of others, the weather, the outcomes of unforeseen events, these are all out of your control. However, what you can control is how you react to those circumstances. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions are in your hands. If you dedicate your energy to what you can truly influence, you'll avoid wearing yourself out over situations you have no power over. A useful exercise to practice this is to pause whenever you feel anxious or stressed about something and ask yourself, "Can I do something about it?" If the answer is no, then you need to free yourself from that burden. If the answer is yes, focus on acting strategically and effectively. This technique is not only liberating but also helps you conserve energy for the things that truly matter. Stoicism teaches us that it's essential to accept what we cannot change. Instead of resisting or fighting against those circumstances, practice acceptance. This doesn't mean resignation or apathy, but recognizing that the world moves on its course and not everything depends on you. By doing this, you reduce unnecessary stress and focus on the actions that can truly make a difference. Another advantage of focusing only on what you can control is that it increases your sense of personal power. Instead of feeling like a victim of circumstances, you start acting with more confidence, knowing that every decision you make has a real impact on your life. This approach also enhances your adaptability, as you become better prepared to handle unexpected changes efficiently and calmly. Finally, control over yourself is one of the most important aspects of this technique. No one can control your emotions, thoughts, or responses. You decide how you face adversities, how you manage conflicts, and how you behave in each situation. By focusing on what you can control, you become a stronger, more serene, and ultimately freer woman. Technique 7. Live each day with purpose. Living with purpose is one of the most powerful keys to becoming a woman of steel. When you have a clear purpose, every action and decision you make takes on meaning, providing direction in your life. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of intention and meaning in our lives, suggesting that we should strive to live according to our values and goals. Start each day by reflecting on what you want to achieve. Set your intentions, whether for the day, the week, or even the month. Ask yourself, what's most important to me today? This simple practice not only helps you organize your time but also allows you to approach your activities with a renewed sense of purpose. Life can be overwhelming, and it's easy to get lost in daily routines. However, when you set meaningful goals, it becomes easier to prioritize and manage your tasks. One way to stay focused on your purpose is by creating a morning ritual. Spend a few minutes each morning meditating, journaling, or simply visualizing your goals. These practices help you connect with yourself and remind you why you do what you do. Stoicism teaches us that each day is a new opportunity to grow and improve, and living with purpose is the key to making the most of that potential. Moreover, live each day mindfully. This means being present in every moment and paying attention to your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Mindfulness allows you to observe how your decisions and behaviors align with your purpose. When you live intentionally, you become more aware of your reactions to challenges, helping you maintain calm and clarity in difficult situations. It's also important to remember that your purpose doesn't have to be monumental or grand. It can be as simple as enjoying a conversation with a friend, learning something new, or taking care of yourself. The key is that what you choose to do holds meaning for you. When you align your actions with your personal purpose, you feel more fulfilled and satisfied. Lastly, don't underestimate the power of contributing to others. Often, our purpose lies in how we impact the lives of those around us. Whether through volunteering, mentoring, or simply showing kindness, these actions not only benefit others but also strengthen your sense of purpose. Living each day with purpose empowers you to be a woman of steel. It helps you face challenges with determination and celebrate your achievements, no matter how small. Remember that each day is an opportunity to reaffirm your purpose and create the life you desire. Technique 8: Gratitude as inner strength. Gratitude is a powerful tool that can transform your life and perspective. In the context of Stoicism, cultivating a grateful mindset is not just about recognizing the good in our lives, but about developing inner strength that helps us face adversity with resilience and optimism. When you focus on what you have rather than what you lack, you begin to see life from a more positive perspective. This shift in mindset allows you to appreciate even the smallest, everyday moments. Taking a few minutes each day to reflect on the things you're grateful for can help shift your emotional state and strengthen your mental well-being. A simple yet effective practice is keeping a gratitude journal. Each night before bed, write down 3 things you are grateful for. These can be big things, like a job promotion, or small moments, like enjoying a delicious morning coffee. By doing this, you not only train your mind to look for the positive in your life, but also strengthen your ability to face challenges. Gratitude acts as an emotional shield, reminding you that despite difficulties, there is always something to feel good about. Additionally, being grateful to yourself is essential. Acknowledge your achievements and efforts, no matter how small they may seem. Celebrating your own victories, however modest, allows you to build solid self-esteem and emotional resilience that propels you forward. This self-affirmation also fosters a healthier relationship with yourself, helping you adopt a growth mindset and face your challenges with confidence. Stoicism teaches us that our happiness doesn't depend on external factors, but on our perspective and response to circumstances. By cultivating gratitude, you empower yourself to take control of your thoughts and emotions. Instead of letting difficulties overwhelm you, you choose to focus on what truly matters, which brings you a sense of peace and stability. Finally, don't underestimate the power of expressing gratitude toward others. A simple thank you can strengthen relationships and create a positive environment around you. Appreciating those around you not only enhances your social bonds but can also inspire others to adopt a similar mindset. When you share your gratitude, you create a cycle of positivity that benefits both you and those around you. Incorporating gratitude into your daily life will help you build unshakable inner strength, making you more resilient in the face of challenges and more capable of enjoying each moment. Gratitude not only transforms you but also makes you a woman of steel, ready to face any adversity with a smile and a positive mind. Technique 9. Develop patience and calm. Patience and calm are two fundamental qualities that every woman of steel should cultivate. In a world where everything seems to move at a fast pace, learning to be patient and maintain calm can make a big difference in your emotional well-being and how you face life's challenges. Practicing patience doesn't simply mean waiting, but actively accepting that some things are beyond our control and that time is often an ally rather than an enemy. Stoic philosophy teaches us that patience is a virtue. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, reminds us that it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This perspective is crucial for developing a mindset of calm and resilience. An effective way to cultivate patience is through meditation and mindfulness. Spending a few minutes each day practicing mindful breathing allows you to focus on the present and reduce the anxiety that often accompanies impatience. You can start by simply sitting in a quiet place, closing your eyes, and concentrating on your breath. Inhale deeply, hold for a moment, and exhale slowly. As you focus on your breathing, allow thoughts and worries to flow without clinging to them. This practice not only calms the mind but also strengthens your ability to handle challenging situations with serenity. It's also helpful to remember that every difficult situation is an opportunity to learn and grow. By adopting this mindset, it becomes easier to be patient when things don't go as expected. Reflect on the lessons you can take from each experience and use that knowledge to better prepare for the future. This perspective will help you see the value in waiting and find serenity even in the most complicated circumstances. Calmness is also a skill that can be trained. In moments of stress or frustration, practice the timeout technique. Take a moment to step away from the situation that's causing you anxiety, breathe deeply, and give yourself space to reflect before reacting. This small act can prevent you from making impulsive decisions you might regret later. Finally, remember that developing patience and calm is an ongoing process. There will be days when you feel more balanced than others, and that's okay. What's important is to be kind to yourself and recognize that every step you take toward calmness is progress. Over time, these techniques will not only help you become more patient but will also empower you to face any situation with the firmness and confidence of a true woman of steel. Patience and calm will become your allies, guiding you toward a more fulfilling and balanced life. Technique 10. Be consistent in your efforts. Consistency and effort is one of the most powerful keys to achieving success and personal transformation. Being consistent doesn't just mean doing something repeatedly, it's about maintaining a firm commitment to your goals, even when results are not immediate. This technique is essential for any woman who wishes to forge her path toward becoming a true woman of steel. Stoic philosophy teaches us that results are often the fruit of prolonged and determined dedication. Seneca, an important Stoic thinker, reminds us that luck is simply the result of effort and preparation. This means that success rarely happens overnight. It is the result of hard and consistent work. The key is not to be discouraged by obstacles or difficulties that may arise along the way. To cultivate consistency, it's helpful to set clear and achievable goals. When you have a well-defined objective, you can break it down into smaller, manageable steps. For example, if you want to improve your physical well-being, you could set a goal to exercise 3 times a week instead of aiming to run a marathon right away. Celebrating small achievements will give you the motivation needed to keep moving forward. Another strategy for maintaining consistency is to create an accountability system. Sharing your goals with supportive friends or family members can help you stay focused and responsible. Having someone who motivates you and asks about your progress makes it less likely that you'll feel discouraged or give up on your efforts. Discipline also plays a fundamental role in consistency. Establishing daily routines that include time to work on your goals, whether personal, professional, or emotional, will help make your efforts an integral part of your life. For example, if you're working on personal growth, dedicate time each day to reading, reflecting, or practicing new skills. Additionally, it's important to remember that consistency doesn't mean perfection. There will be days when you feel less motivated or face setbacks. The key is not to let those moments derail you. Recognize that ups and downs are part of the process, and maintain the mindset that every effort, no matter how small, contributes to your growth. Finally, celebrate your successes, no matter how small. Consistency is reinforced by gratitude and recognition of your accomplishments. When you take time to appreciate your progress, even if it's modest, you motivate yourself to keep going. With every consistent step you take, you come closer to becoming the woman of steel you aspire to be. Perseverance, dedication, and passion are your best allies on this transformative journey. Throughout this journey toward becoming a woman of steel, we've explored 10 powerful techniques that will help you develop unshakable inner strength. Each of these techniques is based on Stoic principles that, when applied consistently and deliberately, can transform your life in surprising ways. The first technique, staying calm in chaos, reminds us of the importance of focusing inward when external circumstances seem overwhelming. In a world full of distractions and pressures, finding that space of tranquility is essential for making informed decisions aligned with our values. By learning to breathe and find peace in the midst of chaos, you can face any challenge with clarity and determination. Next is radical self-acceptance, a technique that invites you to recognize and embrace all parts of yourself, without judgment or conditions. This deep acceptance is the foundation of self-esteem and confidence. When you allow yourself to be authentic, you free yourself from external expectations and empower yourself to be the protagonist of your own story. Emotional discipline is another fundamental piece of the inner strength puzzle. Learning to manage your emotions, rather than being managed by them, empowers you to act consciously. Practicing this discipline will lead you to a more balanced and harmonious life, where you feel in control of your reactions and decisions. By saying no without guilt, you allow yourself to prioritize what truly matters. It is an act of self-love and respect for your own needs. By learning to set boundaries, you protect your energy and time, allowing your efforts to focus on what you truly value. Resilience is another crucial technique. Life is full of changes and obstacles, and resilience prepares you to adapt and overcome difficulties. It's not about avoiding pain, but about learning to grow through it. The ability to rise after every fall is what will make you stronger and more capable of facing future challenges. Controlling only what you can is one of the most liberating lessons you can learn. By focusing on your actions and reactions, and letting go of the rest, you lift a huge weight off your shoulders. This not only helps you maintain mental peace, but also allows you to channel your energy toward what you can truly influence. Living each day with purpose is essential. This purpose becomes your compass, guiding every decision you make. By setting meaningful goals, each day becomes an opportunity to move toward the woman of steel you want to be. Gratitude is an inner strength that transforms how you see the world. Practicing gratitude helps you focus on the positive and cultivate an abundance mindset, which is key to maintaining motivation and emotional well-being. Patience and calm are virtues that develop over time and practice. In a world that often values immediacy, learning to wait and trust the process is an invaluable skill. This technique allows you to enjoy the journey and learn from every experience. Finally, being consistent in your efforts will lead you to mastery in any area you choose to explore. Persistence and dedication are the keys to building a meaningful and authentic life. Every small step you take counts, and over time, those steps become a solid path toward your goals. Remember that each technique we've discussed is a building block in the construction of your inner strength. There is no one path, and every woman is unique in her journey. The key is in consistent practice and a willingness to learn and adapt. Over time, these techniques will become part of who you are, and you'll see yourself not only as a woman of steel but also as a beacon of inspiration for others. If you feel this video resonated with you and provided valuable tools, I encourage you to share it. Personal transformation is a collective journey, and by sharing what you've learned, you can help other women find their own inner strength. Remember, every day is a new opportunity to grow, learn, and become the woman of steel you've always wanted to be. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Leave us a comment with your opinion. It helps motivate others to become the best version of themselves. Give me a like, and don't forget that subscribing is free. See you in the next chapter.